two flying biscuits. Basically, the car I'll be working on this for a while and probably in and out some of my other cars, but is this car. This is a 1972 Plymouth Satellite. Um, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with it yet. I don't know what color it's going to be. I don't know if I know it's going to have a 440 in it. It's already got it, the engine. It's going to have a 727. It's already got a rear end in it, which I'll show in some of the next videos. And I have already had one video about it. But basically, um, I'll tell you about the background of this car. I bought it from a guy that his brother died, and basically it is set. Well, then I bought it when I was like 18, set on it for about, it's been 5 years now, and hopefully I can start getting to work on it and stuff like that. I have another job at work, but do this on the side. I'm not a professional by any means, but hopefully whoever else is working on a 72 or 71 B body, I can kind of help with and guide through, because I'll be doing like DIY and like tutorials on how to do single parts and stuff. I mean, I've already kind of taken this car apart, and also when I bought this car, it was already pretty much apart, and I didn't know what I was getting into. So, and when I bought this car, I had never worked on any kind of car or anything like that. So, but now I'm kind of better about it, and I work on this slowly and surely when I get the money. But hopefully, some of us, enthusiasts can subscribe and help fund this and support me and get it to where I can actually make money on this channel and get this car done. So I just want to take you guys around to see what I'm doing with basically this car. It doesn't have very much rust in it, luckily. I mean, at least I got lucky with that. But basically, so there's the front and the hood and stuff, and then there should be an engine in there somewhere, but I'll show you that in a sec. Here's the driver's side, and like I said, most of it's already taken apart, and the rest. This is the rear, obviously, and then you got the dash, and the floors in the back are pretty good. Only a little bit of rust here and under it, like on the back panel. Here's the driver door. Not that bad. So here's where it kind of gets bad. I mean, you can see where there was some body work done and like the old school stuff. There's like a lot right here, but I don't think that'd be that bad. Then you got holes. But other than those tiny little spots, small spots, and then in the front, there's the transmission, been rebuilt and everything like that. It's just pretty much stock. I mean, it's 727. Okay, and then here's the main part, part that was missing earlier. So it's a 440 out of a mobile home, 30 over, 452 heads, hooker headers, 750 Elderbrock on top. Obviously, it's on like a homemade test stand thing, which I'm gonna have a video on how to do something like that. It's got a Meledon pan, but yeah, like I said, more details. Okay, so you might be asking, why did I choose this? So basically, I love this, year and stuff like that, and it looks really great and stuff like that, obviously. But there's also a personal reason why, a sentimental reason. So basically, when I was growing up, my dad always had a car like this, but basically there was before him. So his dad, my grandpa King, basically was driving down the back roads in Oklahoma, and stumbled across one of them sitting in a field, which was not this one. He, just went out there and knocked on the guy's door. Hey, will you sell that car? And he said, yeah, I'll sell it. He said, okay, I'll give you like $300 for it. Okay, $300. He said, okay. He said, but I don't think it'll run. Some guys tried to steal it one time, and they messed up the heads or something like that. He said, oh no, I'll get it fixed. And he goes out there, puts a battery in it, started right up. I mean, it's not any easier like that anymore. So, anyways, like I said, so then he took it home. They did a full on restoration. He had to do floors, the trunk pan. I mean, because my mom said you could just put your foot through there like the Flintstones. And I mean, he did a full on. His buddy did the paint job, the paint on it, and basically, back in the day, I mean, he did his roof or something like that. So then the guy sprayed his car for him. I mean, but anyways, so basically they painted the whole car. It was a tawny gold metallic, uh, and it was full on restoration and stuff. Nothing like show or anything, but it was really great. And then when my dad was growing up, my his dad basically told him, "Hey, what car do you want? You can have any car." And he said, "I want that Plymouth Satellite." So then he was like, "Okay, you can have the Plymouth Satellite." So then, you know, throughout the years, my dad had it or whatever. But when I was about 3, well, my grandpa King was an electrician, and my family always tells me that he was, top in Oklahoma at least, and one of the best in the world or whatever. But he was colorblind, so it's kind of funny. I mean, I don't know exactly what colors he could see or whatever, but he was an electrician for sure. But he worked in a big company in Tulsa, and basically they went to clear the lines, and he said he just didn't feel like something was right, and he went back in the room, and about that time he got shot with electricity, and I'm talking big voltage, heavy voltage, high voltage, and it ended up getting him. He hit the ground supposedly, and then he got back up or whatever, and then they took him to the emergency room, and he had to go to the burn center, obviously, but he he said that if I can't walk in there, I'm not going in there. So he wouldn't let him stretch him in there. He walked in there, went up to third floor or something, I don't know exactly, and then he went in there, and then I guess he got worse and worse because basically they did skin grafts on him, and he um, lived for 13 days, but he was always on morphine up and stuff. I mean, because his whole body was pretty much burned, and they said, and then after a while the skin grafts weren't working. Then his body started, just his organs were shut down, and then obviously we lost him in 13 days. So that's kind of, and then later on, my dad always said that it wasn't necessarily going to be my car, but it's going to be one of my brother's cars. We have 5 of us, and but basically he had some debt just like everyone else, and he had to get rid of the car. And so basically I went out when I was 18 or whatever and just said, F it, I'm gonna go get me a car like this, and it's gonna be nice, and I'll fix, and I thought I'd get a fixer up, I guess, because obviously I was a broke 18-year-old. So then I said, well, F it, I'll just buy this one. And then I thought I'd get it done the first year, and then the next year, and then it just kept prolonging. So, and then now I have a family. My wife is pregnant, so I'll be working on this, and then we'll have a baby. So I'll probably be stopping videos for a little bit and then come back. But like I said, hopefully um, I can keep the videos interesting, and just make a community, and hopefully everyone on here can help me too, guide me through it. Because I mean, I'm not a body guy for sure. I mean, I don't, I have to give me a welder, I have to give me MIG gas or whatever. Um, have to give me tools along the way, and how to figure out how things work and stuff like that. But like I said, for the most part, pretty good about figuring out stuff and reading diagrams and stuff like that. And like I said, and there's not very many videos like on this B body stuff, and you know, it kind of gets me back and forth because these old timers would be like, well, these younger kids don't know how to work on it, but then you look on YouTube or whatever, and you don't even see many videos of these old cars like this getting worked on or anything like that. So it's kind of a double standard. It's like, how do we figure out how to do it if there's not much on there? So that's why I'm trying to help provide that kind of knowledge and that information, and hopefully you guys don't go through the same stuff that I've kind of went through along this path. And um, like I said, hopefully I'm not boring you with this story or whatever, this whole thing. But like I said, uh, this is Two Flying Biscuits. Thank you for watching. and like, subscribe, and like I said, it really does help me, and hopefully we get to 1,000 subscribers and get this car on the road again.